Hi there. This video is designed to walk us through the overview of the Praxis 5165. This is the certification exam for those of you who want to become certified high school math teachers. Some of the things that we're going to talk about in this presentation is how to register for the exam, what kind of math is going to be covered, and the types of questions and things you might see, all about the calculator use, and where you can find some practice tests. So for the test overview, the test is delivered through a computer. Most likely, this is going to be done at your home rather than at a testing center, as it has been in the past. During this testing time, you can use an erasable whiteboard, but you may not use just plain paper, scratch paper. In fact, the person monitoring your test is going to actually ask you to see you erase the board before you begin the test, and then again at the end to make sure that there's no material still on your board. Whenever you're ready to take the exam, you're going to go to the ETS website, and that's where you're going to register, and the cost is $130. If you do not pass the first time, then that's fine, and you need to retake the exam. You have to wait 28 days from your previous test date, and then you re-register. If you go to that ETS website, there's a lot more details there, including some study companions, a way to use Khan Academy to study, and just some additional practice pieces. All right, so the test. You're wondering what kind of questions are on this test. Well, the test is 66 questions, and you're going to have 180 minutes or 3 hours to complete the test. It is divided into these 4 categories. The number, quantity, and algebra category is about 20 questions or 30% of the exam, and it's broken into the number and quantity and algebra subcategories. Section 2 is functions and calculus. Again, is 20 questions, about 30% of the test, and it's divided into subcategories of functions and calculus. Section 3 is geometry, which covers about 13 questions or 20%. And then the last section is statistics and probability, which is again 13 questions or about 20% of your test. It's 66 questions and a passing score is 159. What that really means is that it's a scaled score as opposed to a raw score. It's not like you need to get a 70%. It's a scaled score, and you earn a point for every question you get correct. And then they have a scale that converts that to this scaled score. There's not a whole lot of information about how many of these questions equals 159 points on their scale, but that's kind of the goal you're aiming for. So types of questions. The test has a few different types of questions. Most of them are, it's an online format, so are select a response. There are going to be a few questions where you can select multiple or more than one answer choices. In the past, the test has included questions where you actually type in a numeric answer in a box. I have not seen or heard if that's officially on this 5165 new exam, but there were that type on the old previous exam. Another new piece of this new updated exam is approximately 25% of your questions are really going to be how you apply the teaching of the math content to like the task of teaching to your students. So a lot of these questions are going to be like, here are some student examples, which one are valid responses? Unfortunately, because this is a new type of question, there's not a whole lot of examples of this, but I am going to show you where you can find a few. All right, calculator use. The Praxis exam provides you with a graphing calculator that is on the screen. There's a button that you push to get the calculator. It opens up and it looks like this. This is a TI-84 plus CE type calculator. So if you have that calculator in person, that's a great one to practice with. However, you are not allowed to use a personal calculator while taking the Praxis exam. You have to use the one that's on the screen. So if you go to this website right below, that is going to give you access to this calculator so that you can practice with it. Unfortunately, it only gives you access for 24 hours, and then you have to like re-register. It's free. You can continue to use it. You just have to re-register each day. Additionally, on the test format, there is a notations and formula page. This can be found in that study companion on the ETS website. But when you're in the test, if you click the help button, that's where you're going to find that formula page. All right, so sample questions. You can get some sample questions on the ETS website. There are 17 of them. These do include some of those teacher format questions where you have to like look and see if it's a valid student response. There is one updated Mometrics book here that has 3 practice tests at the end. Within each section of the lessons in the book, it tells you it has some sample problems and things like that. And then at the very end, there are 3 full practice tests. When you purchase this book, you also get access to some online bonus materials, which are some additional practice questions. And then there are also some new practice tests. This is where you are going to find more of those teacher reviewing like student work. Is this a valid response? On those new online tests and those bonus materials, they've updated to include more of those new type of questions. Additionally, if you go to the ETS store, you can purchase an online practice test. That is about $20, but it does have a lot of really good examples. When you register, you receive a free practice test. And I did not use any of the above resources when I was creating the classwork or homework. So you also have all of the classwork and homework packets and materials and things like that as additional practice problems. Khan Academy does have a Praxis course available through it for free. This one is actually for the math core test. So this is when you're studying to become an elementary teacher and you have to take all of the different contents. If you work through the course for the mathematics portion of it, it's going to cover a lot of the algebra, number quantity, things like that. It does not include calculus or a lot of the like algebra 2 type materials, the function stuff. So you're going to have to kind of review those sections separately, but those are also available on Khan Academy. All right, so I know that was a lot of information. So if you do have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. My name is Amy Bloom. I'm one of the math content specialists for Racine Unified School District, and my email is listed on the screen. Thank you.